Hello, hello, hello. So, what are we discussing here? Well, basically, this is a funny text I found on the internet that has some very interesting information, but at first I could not understand it. So, it took me some time to understand it. Obviously, I don't fully understand it, but we're getting there. And so a little background about myself. I like making video games. Obviously, I'm a solo developer, so I can't do all the work, but that's what I like to do. And I like to study lucid dreaming and reality in general, because obviously, and from what my understanding is, life is pretty much a dream and a video game combined. So with that, let's check out this text, Matrix Brainwashing. What is this thing even talking about? So let me just give you a little understanding from what I know of what this text means to me, or my understanding is basically that we do not know what reality is exactly. We just always get these descriptions of realities, right? So according to this text and my own research actually from lucid dreaming, is that there's actually two realities, the stage world and the backstage. Okay? So the stage world would be our waking world, and the backstage is more of the dream world. And why do they call this the stage world? Think about it like this. It's like a stage. You just have to present it as reality, but not reality itself. So like an example I like to use is, if you go out in public and dressed as a doctor, people will assume you're a doctor, even though you're not a doctor. It's the costume. If you wear a police officer uniform, people would think you're a police officer. If you wear a construction uniform, people think you're a construction worker, and so on and so on. Another example is if you're making a movie or a play and you want a character to look like a doctor, for example, you would dress them as a doctor. So according to the stage, they're a doctor, but the backstage, you would know that they're not a doctor. They are an actor, right? So now that you got that out of the way, hopefully I explained that well. Probably not, but we'll go through that. So let's go to the introduction of what this text says. Okay. Introduction. As of March 2000, they represent about 95 to 98% of the total Earth population. You know it, you feel it. Just a little heads up, this text has a way of presenting itself, so it's up to you to take it in or understand how it is. It's just its own style, so sure. So anyways, this is what it says. They have been growing in numbers since a spiritual hurricane, quote unquote, swept up this planet from 1993 to the present day. You are a survivor of the situation. You know it, you remember it. Excuse me. They live in two different realities at the same time, the stage world and the backstage. You live in one. They read your mind all the time and manipulate language and synchronicity to keep what you call your life under their control. They try to bend your belief system through fallacies, false dichotomies, and false premises in order to sell you distorted ideas about their second reality, aka the backstage reality, which is presently only a reality to be. They sell a dream world that doesn't exist, which is quite different from their real second reality, the so-called backstage, and force you to deliriously fantasize about it. They create delirious rules and sell you free access to their backstage if you follow these sick rules. They try to describe your day-to-day reality in a distorted way, using their sick beliefs to convince you. They try to turn what you do in your ordinary life, for good or bad, against you. They manipulate every aspect of your life, from your innermost fears to the future your heart truly wishes to live, to the tiny details of your day-to-day routine. For instance, the decision you will have your coffee with sugar, sweetener, or none of them. They try to turn your thoughts against you. They may even manipulate facts and change realities in the society you may think you live, in case you try to change, improve, or fix things in your stage world reality. They give you the sensation that you are being judged by them. They manipulate your nightly dreams through symbols, archetypes, tunes, or comics, controlling and hypnotizing your behavior in these dreams. They create false news, performing like actors in your world just to keep you tuned in their prison or zoo or circus or maze or whatever name you give it. They use keywords or symbols in the very sentences you hear and situations you watch all the time so as to keep you under their control and manipulate your mind. You know it. So let me just give you my understanding, from my experience as well, what I believe this is actually referring to. So first of all, we have to see who is they. Who is they? They are basically, you can call them the oppressors, or you can call them the beings who are kind of telling you what to think through usage of the media, language, ideas, etc. Right? But the thing about these people or these beings is that they have access to a different reality, the backstage, which is the dream world. They have conscious access to this reality, whereas you don't. You're usually and mostly unconscious in your dreams. But because they are from the dream world, when they come into this reality, they have to pretend their values here because they have a different reality. It's basically like a paradigm shift. So if you lucid dream or astral project yourself and become conscious in the dream world, you can figure this out yourself. Don't believe me. Go experience it and see it through yourself. So anyways, these beings collectively create these false ideas and distorted ideas, so we follow their path of thinking, right? So let's continue. Words apparently innocent, like fire, mother, pool, hair, dog, rain, ticket, death, disabled person, alligator, car, white, helicopter, alcohol, prince, birthday, angel, home, horse, phone, shoes, meat, looking glass, left and right, teacher, physician, dentist, Japanese, keys, banana, pregnant, military, ranks, window, Jew, wave, baby, lottery, foreigner, naked, assignment, ice cream, Cuban, contest, smoke, glasses, injection, player, waterfall, and so many others. Words that shoot. You know it. You know them very well. They have turned you into a mesmerized puppet and your mind into a slavery condition. You know it. But if you open up your mouth and try to unmask them, they will deny everything and call you a crazy person. If you insist, they will even get you literally under arrest